Hey there, what's up? Vero here, back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to show you all how I edit clips for TikTok, essentially. I'm going to show you two different methods and kind of just some tips and tricks that I have learned from editing clips for TikTok. If you stay until the end of the video, I will also be sharing some tips and tricks on how to actually get clips, especially if you're maybe someone that doesn't have a stream deck. You can easily clip while you're streaming, or if you don't really have a lot of viewers, or maybe a lot of your viewers are on mobile, so it's really hard for them to clip. So let's jump into it. So like I said, I do use Adobe Premiere. This is just the program that I have. It's my preferred program right now, although I am wanting to try some different alternatives because Adobe can be really expensive. I've just had like a 40% off bundle thing for a couple years because every time I go to cancel it, they give me another deal. So that's the only reason I have it. So I went ahead and started a new project. We're also going to go ahead and start a new sequence. We're going to go to File, New, and then literally just click on Sequence. I already have one named TikTok. This is exactly what it looks like. I have the time base at 29.97 frames per second. Frame size is 1080 by 1920. And then these are kind of the other settings that I use. You can use whatever you want to use, but I would at least try and have the frame size correct because it is basically what it would be for TikTok. And I'm just going to click on OK. You'll notice it's basically what would look like a phone. So for TikTok. Also, just a quick little tip here. I do have a folder on my computer literally called TikTok. I have my overlay in here and different versions that I sometimes use. And then I have clips that I want to edit. Just because these clips are in here, that does not necessarily mean these are ones I'm going to actually edit. I just have these that I took from stream or that people in my stream clipped for me that I really thought were funny, or I liked it, or was a big play, and I saved it. And then when I'm editing clips every week or every other week, depending on how I'm feeling, I go through and just kind of decide which clips I want to edit. So let's go ahead and just pick one to edit. So once you know what clip you're going to edit, I just drag it right into the Untitled project section and it's good to go. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my overlay. It's just a simple webcam border that I have with my Twitch name there. Of course, you don't have to do that, you know, use whatever you want to use. So now we have basically the blank canvas. So we're going to go ahead and click on our file and just drag it. I'm going to go ahead and keep existing settings because I want to size this to fit this window. Of course, you can size it to have the black bar on the top and bottom. I personally don't like watching clips like that, but you know, make whatever you want to make. So before we actually get started and I'm going to like really change how this looks, I'm going to go ahead and just edit this down to what I want. So I actually want the part, so in this clip, I basically kill somebody with the Mozambique and then punch them to death. So we're going to start probably about there. So to cut something, if you hit C on your keyboard, it'll automatically pull up the little cut tool, and then you can Control Z if you misclick it, and then you can click on V and it'll give you the pointer, and then you can delete. And then if you click on this empty spot, delete again, it gets rid of the clip. These buttons are also over on the side of the toolbar too, depending on how your layout is, but I think it's a lot easier to just use the hotkeys on my keyboard. Now let's go ahead and find the end of the clip. All right, I think it's a good stopping point. So I'm gonna go ahead and just delete that down. So this is the entire clip that I want to essentially post. So now what we're gonna do is we want to have one layer for our gameplay and one layer for our webcam. And then of course the layer for the audio is gonna remain unchanged because I'm gonna use it for both. So a couple ways you can do this. One, you can just straight up click on the clip, Control C to copy, Control V to paste, drag it over. If you pull it up one, it'll automatically put it on the next video layer and drag it. Now you have two, there's still only one audio clip. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is if you click on this button right here that says linked selection and click it, and it'll make these movable. Control, paste again, and then just move these back to where you want them. So this will still move with that one, which it doesn't really matter. And then this one is a free agent. So now you have two video layers. So first we're going to start with the webcam. So I'm going to double click on this little like preview screen right here, and then you can drag it to fit the size. So I'm going to do that, and we're going to go ahead and crop this down, make it look pretty. So you want to go to effects, and then you can just type in crop and it'll pull it right up under video effects and transform. That's my preferred method. I think it's just easier. And then you just drag it on the clip that you want to crop. And then make sure you're under the effects controls over here. You can also make this a little bit bigger if you need to by dragging this over, you know, whatever you want to do. If you click here where it says crop, you can now crop this clip. So if you want to just do a square webcam, you can just bring this up, bring this part over if you need to, go back to where it says motion and it'll let you freely move this, and then just kind of fit this into the frame that you want it to go into. Personally, I prefer the circle ones. I've been really enjoying doing that, but you do whatever you want to do. So to do that, we're going to click on crop again, click on circle, and it's going to automatically create a little circle. Now it's a little bit easier to edit these if you zoom in a bit. So if you click where it says fit right here, usually go to about 50%. And then you can easily make the circle the size you want it to be. I don't want it to be too big, but I don't want it to be too small either. You know, we're kind of Goldilocks in this, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that right over my face. I'm going to go into the effects panel where it says mask feather. I turn that off. You can keep that on if you want to. I turn it off because I am adding my own border, but it basically adds just a light feathering around the circle, which actually looks really nice. But since I have a border around it, I don't need it. And then if you go where it says left, top, right, or bottom, doesn't matter which one, set one of them to 100%. Now you notice our face disappeared. That's not what we want. Right above that, click inverted and it'll invert the filter. Then you can zoom out and there you go. Now, if you want to move this, if I go to move it, it's going to move the circle. So if you click where it says motion at the very top under where it says video, it'll let you just move the circle itself. All right, so now we are going to move our actual gameplay. So I'm just going to double click right on it. If you accidentally click on this one instead, just keep clicking until you get it and then just drag it to fit. So I want it to be about that big. And then I'll kind of go through it really quickly and be like, okay, yeah, that looks good. That's where I want it. Now we're going to drag our overlay that we made. So this is one that I made in Photoshop. If you click on the end of a layer and drag it, you just click and hold. You can shrink it or you can increase it. So this will be the entire length of the clip, which is what I want. I'm going to zoom in a little bit to about 50 because first off, I want to move this up a little bit. So I think about there would be good. And then we are going to move the actual overlay. I'm just going to resize it. Just keep clicking it and dragging it until it looks good. And then I'll kind of do one of those real quick to make sure it's not like out of frame anywhere. And then we're going to zoom back out. And this is essentially what our clip looks like. So you can just stop here and you can go ahead and export this as is. But I'm going to show you how to add some subtitles. I personally prefer to add closed captions to my clips when I post them on TikTok. I want everyone to enjoy my content, whether someone is deaf or hard of hearing. I would like them to be able to watch my clips if they want to. My tip when it comes to closed captions is I will open up a notepad file or just some sort of Word document or something, and I will listen to the clip and I will just type out everything I hear. I'll usually watch it once or twice to make sure everything's correct. And then I'll copy and paste everything from the notepad file. So essentially once you have the text typed out, this is what it looks like. If I have a friend with me too, like I'll just kind of add maybe like the color. So I'll put like green for the friend, pink for myself. My friend is also in this clip, but I listened to it a couple times and I cannot tell what she's saying. So I will not be captioning that, unfortunately, but let's go ahead and add these captions. So to do this, we're going to go to File and then New, and then you want to go on Legacy Title. You just want to make sure it's the same settings that you have for your video. It should automatically be, but I always like to double check. Click OK. This is what it looks like. I have these pre-made ones that I made myself, which you of course can do too. You can add them through over here and you can save them. You can set the text and everything there. So I'm just going to click on the pink one because that's usually what I use, and then just drag where I want the text to actually be. And then I'm going to just copy from the text document that I have and then paste. And then you can of course move this accordingly by just clicking on this little like arrow. And I want the text to be centered even though it already is. So I'm just going to go ahead and center it and then close it. And then I always right click, duplicate, double click again on the new one, and then just edit the new one to be the new text. And then now I have two text layers. So I just have to add them. You can usually tell where you need to add the text because you can see kind of where the jump in audio is, because that either means there's audio from the gameplay, so from like fighting, or from you talking. So it's usually pretty easy to find. I'm going to go ahead and add a track to this. So you can just right click, add tracks. And I don't want to add an audio track. I just want to add a video one, and I want to add it after layer 3. So now we drag this one on top, and then I'll kind of just play it. Oh, there's people. So right here is where I say, well, there's people. Oh, there's people. And then I'll go ahead and clip it from there and delete it. So then we just have where those people. And then right here is where I say, well, I got her. So I'm just going to crop that and then crop the end of the clip and just see if this fits okay. And then C, cut, V, delete. Super easy. And then now this is the entire clip that we have. So now we can go ahead and export this. We're going to go to File, Export, Media. So I've just been using the H64 format with the high bitrate match source, and I've had no issues using this. You can of course set one specifically up for TikTok. I used to have one specifically set up for TikTok, but it somehow got accidentally deleted. I don't know. Just Adobe things, I guess. But as long as you have it match source, high bitrate, you can always just double check here. So like I want it to be 1080 by 1920. We have 29.97 frames. Like everything here, just looking at it at face value looks fine. It'll be about 13 megs, which sounds about right. You want to make sure your clip's like 60 seconds or less because it's for TikTok. And then I always name my file. So I'll name it like Mozam Punch, like whatever I named the original file. And then you click on export. And it shouldn't take too long to export depending on your computer. And then now you have a TikTok clip that you can upload. I usually upload from my computer, but of course you can always send them to yourself on your mobile phone and upload them there too. Sometimes I will do that if I want to add maybe a sound or a song or something that is on the TikTok app itself, and I think it's just a lot easier. A lot of times when I edit clips, I will edit multiple, so I will clear out the first one, delete all these files, probably keep the new overlay there because I want them to kind of all be in the same layer. So that's the like webcam overlay, and then just kind of bump out a couple different ones, upload them, and then schedule them. So let's say you don't have any clips of your stream. You don't want to go through and watch all of your gameplay to try and find it because you don't remember, whatever. And you don't have people in your stream that can actively clip for you. We're going to go to a website called athenascope.com. This is 100% not sponsored. I just genuinely like this product. So if you go here, it already has me logged in. So if you go to my profile, my game sessions, you can see where it says Twitch auto import. You can set this to import your Twitch like actual stream, and then it will allow you to go through the clips, and then you can see if there's anything in there that you want to save. So for example, like this Twitch import, let's go to this one, and then I can scroll down. I can see I had 9 kills in total. I had a knockdown and 2 times kills at this point. So I can go through, watch this clip, and be like, okay, is this a clip that I would want to upload on TikTok? Is this funny? Is this entertaining? Is this a good play? Is this whatever? You know, kind of watch it. Like this isn't a bad clip, so this would probably be one that I would save. So if you click on this little download button, it'll automatically save the clip, and then you can edit and upload it onto TikTok. You can go through all of them and do that. So some of them will just say like knockdown kill, knockdown bleeding out kill, and you can go through all of your different game sessions to see if there's some that you really want to essentially download. And it'll also categorize it by games. So if you just want to look at your Apex clips, if you just want to look at Fall Guys, which I haven't played Fall Guys in a long time, Destiny, like whatever you play, you can pull up your clips from here. If you're someone that doesn't really stream a lot, they also do have an actual Windows app that I often use when I am not streaming. I will just have it running, and then it'll automatically clip things. Let's see if I have any game sessions that were from, like you can see here, Athenascope Windows app. So that just means I was running the app on my computer, and this is what it clipped. It clipped me getting a kill, essentially. So it's really handy to just kind of download clips and kind of get any good content from your stream, especially if you don't have a stream deck, because like I can just clip while I'm streaming, or I can ask my chat usually, and there's usually at least 1 or 2 people that are able to do it. And if they're not, I always know that it's going to be imported in Athenascope, and I can always go through it later. So I hope that helped you with getting your clips edited for TikTok. I especially really like the Athenascope app. It's so handy. Promise not sponsored. I just really like it. At some point my lights turned off and I'm sad. But yeah, I really love this app. It's really handy, and I really enjoy uploading to TikTok. Gaming TikTok is actually a lot of fun, and I've been really enjoying uploading my clips there. So I highly recommend you do it too, especially if you're trying to grow on Twitch. You can't just grow with Twitch only. You definitely need to branch out and try other social media platforms too. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below, and I will try to answer them to the best that I can. If you want to follow my TikTok and see all my clips or check out my stream, everything will be linked down below. Join my Discord, all that stuff. It'll all be listed, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.